Jonathan Majors has been in quite some insane projects despite his most recent controversies. He has played roles such as Kang the Conqueror, he was in Creed 3, and most recently, Magazine Dreams. He has built quite the most insane and ridiculous physique I have ever seen. But is he being truthful?
I ate 6,100 calories a day.
For Magazine Dreams, you got super conditioned.
Yeah.
You lost body fat on more calories.
Don't know how that happened.
Yeah, trying to figure that one out.
Yeah.
And did he achieve his physique naturally as he claims? In today's video, I will be looking at his diet and exercise routine, most recently with Larry Wheels, and I will be answering these questions. Now before we get to the fun things, I think it's important to look at his beginning genetics. Now if we look at a picture, even with him in a shirt in a movie before Creed 3, we can already tell he has amazing genetics. He has a defined chest, you can see the abs popping out through the shirt, he has bicep veins coming out the wazoo, and he has a good tricep insertion popping out, and very impressive traps. I think it's important to note that his traps and his triceps and biceps are his main focal points of his physique, so when he works out, those are just going to explode the most. I also find it really interesting that for his workout for Creed, he actually trains like a bodybuilder. I was expecting him to do some circus-ass routines and saying that he just blew up insane undoing the vibration power plate, but he's actually training like a bodybuilder. You know, he's doing some things like calisthenic like workouts to improve his abs and doing some close grip pull-ups, but that is also insanely needed when doing a boxing film. You have to have a very defined midsection. And it's also shocking for me to see that he's actually doing one-arm dumbbell rows. He's just sticking with the simple stuff that is tried and true and effective. And to me, this really helps him because I think that this physique could potentially be Natty. But did he do it naturally? That's what I'm going to get to. But then he closes it off with a couple of dumbbell shrugs, and as I mentioned, his traps and his arms are the main focal points of his physique, and they're amazing. Just look at that. I was expecting some catabolic boxing training. I'm sure he incorporated that. That is not shown in this video itself, but he is training like a bodybuilder, and this is insanely impressive. Now, to be honest, from a Hollywood transformation point of view, the odds are that he's not Natty, but for shits and giggles, I'm going to go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt. The only thing that is somewhat confusing me is his diet, and that is giving me very big red flags, not to mention that he is a Hollywood actor getting paid millions to have an amazing physique.
I ate 6,100 calories a day.
But to give him the benefit of the doubt, that could have been some like media trained answer to make his physique seem more impressive, because we all know that if you're in that much of a caloric surplus, you are going to gain a lot of fat. I think it's definitely in the realm of possibility to assume that he could be natural in here just because of how impressive his Magazine Dreams physique has gotten, or he could have just simply upped the dose. Either one. If I had to give a number, 60% not Natty, 40% Natty, somewhere in that ballpark of range. Look at this. He is doing 3 plates strapped to a chain with almost flawless form on the pull-ups. After that, he proceeds to do dips with great form with 3 plates. Trust me, I see what you're seeing, and we'll get back to that. And then after doing the dips with insane form, he then moves on to 2 to 3 plate push-ups and smashes those. And to finish it off, they do ab exercises. So yeah, the strength mixed with the absolute leanness isn't quite adding up. I think it's also important to notice the raging elephant in the room. the gynecomastia. And it's not just a little bit of gyno, it's a lot of bit of gyno. Also, he kind of has the fake Natty energy where he is lying about his diet and meal plan. And the fact that he, I would have to imagine, lied about it. Again, I could be wrong. Pigs could fly. You know the drill. But I don't appreciate the fact that he, to my knowledge, would lie about the meal plan again. Makes me want to go back and change my answer for Creed 3. Because if he is lying about something small like diet, not once, but twice, I think he could be lying about his gear usage. Not once, but twice.
For magazine dreams, you got super conditioned.
Yeah.
You lost body fat on more calories.
Don't know how that happened.
Yeah. Trying to figure that one out.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, maybe he's just kind of being self-aware. I know that he couldn't admit to taking gear, especially on contracts, so I wouldn't exactly blame him for trying to make up stuff. But with that being said, I want to change my answer for Creed 3. I think he was on the sauce. I don't appreciate him exaggerating the truth for both films, and I think if you're willing to lie about those two things, you're willing to lie about being natural twice. Now, do I think he's lying on purpose to make his physique that much better? It's possible at the end of the day, but I also think, it's sort of in his contract to not tell about that. Like, come on, you expect, like, these type of big blockbuster movies to not lie about gear usage and compromise the film?
Do we have a problem? No, sir. No, Mr. Mouse. No, Mr. Mouse. Oh, that's good, because I thought we had a problem for a minute there, All right, now, get out there and make me some goddamn money,
But I think that we're kind of giving my opinion here, sort of the negative things. I think it's important to note the positives. This guy is an animal. He is insanely strong. I think it's also important to know that this video is amazing. And whether you believe the controversies or not that's happened to him, I don't want to get into all of that. He does seem like a really awesome guy in these two videos, and I would love to meet him. I just don't agree with him being natural. But at the end of the day, I could be wrong about all of this, and he could be completely natural for all I know. I try to give him the benefit of the doubt for Creed 3, but I think just lying is just, to me, that's just sort of it's that fake Natty energy that to me, is the red flags. And yeah, that's just my opinion. With all that being said, I think that'll pretty much wrap it up for today. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.